Hello everybody, it's Barbara, and as promised for Miniature Monday, we are going to make up for lost time, and we are going to look at the April, May, June, and July Chef Gina's subscription boxes. Plus, we are going to take a look at some additional stuff I bought from Gina. And from the awesome OneSixthSense Dawn Anderson, we have a little care package as well. So let's get started. Let's rewind the clock. As you can see, that I've dressed her in a very nice loose gown to make up for all the food that she's going to eat. Let me get the pliers out so we're ready to hold on to things. So the April box says, I love New York. New York City. So, these are supposedly, some of these are supposed to be very New York City items. And there really isn't anything more New York City than a slice. And that is what that is. Those are 2 pepperoni slices. And they do come out. Now, usually we don't use something like this. This is something we would really use for like a hot dog and French fries. But I suppose in a pinch. And she did put the slice very nicely in here. So let's go ahead. And I'm gonna put my hand. Now, usually, if I'm holding a slice in my hand and I don't have a slice to show you, it would basically, you would need 2 hands in human scale. So, doing it this way, this is about right. That is, let me move my mini-me forward. And as I was saying, that is about right for a slice. I want to take a moment and appreciate the fact that there's a lovely detail here that's not just the sauce and the pepperoni. There's also like basil or oregano, which you can throw on. So very nice detail there. Now, this is some kind of... I literally have no idea what this is. As a New Yorker, I have no idea what this is. I'm gonna have to ask Gina. I don't know if that's supposed to be like pudding and mint. I'm sorry, I don't know. I do know that this is a 7-Up can. And really, to be honest with you, and there's no way she could have known this, the really authentic New York soda is called Dr. Brown's. And it only comes in a couple of flavors. And one of them is a celery soda. And if you look at that, the can is, that can is a little big for 1/6 scale, which is unusual because she's usually spot on with cans. But cans are tricky. Now, Dr. Brown will do celery soda and a black cherry soda. Which brings me to Dr. Pepper, which I don't drink. Now, this New Yorker happens to very much personally love Oreo cookies. But I'm not entirely sure why she thinks that Oreo cookies is a New York thing. And in terms of the packaging, this is sort of like an individual packaging for an Oreo, which I guess would be fine. And we have what I suspect, given the fruit inside of it, this is a iced tea, which is very spring-like. I'm hoping this is not like an Aperol Spritz, which I've heard of, which is supposedly like not great. I don't know. But the Aperol Spritz is not a New York thing. It's sort of a Hamptons thing, and we do not acknowledge the Hamptons as part of New York. The Hamptons is its own galaxy. This is vintage. We now in New York travel with something called the Metro Card, but back in the day there were the interborough trains, and this is what possibly the fare would have looked like. So that's decent. This is much more contemporary, the New York Subway Guide. And it is about the right size, scale-wise, for how that would look if you actually had the paper version. This is not all the lines. This looks like this is just the Manhattan line and where it'll come in, and maybe the blue is where it comes in from Queens. I'm not sure. My eyes, they fail me. But not terribly bad at all. So far so good. Let's go ahead and take a look at the May box. Always the certificate of authenticity from Chef Gina. And she also always has to put in this, and I used to tease her about it. It's like, why do you include this? And then I found out why. Somebody actually tried to eat the brownie like they were doing a brownie. They were sent the makings of the brownie and they tried to eat that. No. And then always the thank you for your order. Very classy. The May box is very interesting. So, and we're going to need some room for that. So let me just quickly, we'll start a pile here of desserts, beverages. We'll put the foods over here. So the first thing we have is this gorgeous carrot cake, which I guess would work because May is always like the season of communions and confirmations, and that is exactly right, 1/6 scale for a cake. Unfortunately, the cake doesn't get cut, but she certainly has done that before, where she's done cakes that you can take slices out of. We have a lovely folded napkin with a little bit of a pattern on it. Don't know if you can't really see the pattern unless I hold it up straight to the light. I'm hoping you can see it. Yeah, now you can. We have, quite curiously enough, fish and potatoes. Again, the detailing on the fish is very nice. You can not only see the grooves in the fish, I hope you can. She's also showing some seasoning on it, and of course some lemon. Very nicely done. Very fancy plate. Very small plate, but fancy. And we also get, most interestingly enough, what I think is a glass of milk to go with the cake. She really would not drink milk with fish. And that particular stemware is coming from the same factory as Meehan House, which you see a lot on AliExpress. So very, very interesting. The June box. A good old summertime. And the living is easy. Not gonna open this because this is a bag of ice, but you can never have too much ice for your dioramas. I'm not kidding about that. Some festive colors. Some paper plates that will say "Hello Sunshine." We have both a glass of lemonade, and in case you were wondering, it does say literally on the glass, it is lemonade. It is the right scale. And we have some kind of lemonade jello dessert. Very sparkly, very refreshing. Very much escaping the scene, so I will get that in a second. And of course, it's not a picnic anywhere in the US without the gratuitous, perfectly scaled Jello mold. And again, not going to open this, but just multiple garnishes for the lemons. Perfect. So let's go on. Still trying to figure out. I'm still looking at this like, what is this supposed to be? I don't know. I mean, I don't think you serve rice pudding with mint. I could be completely wrong. That would not be a first, ladies and gentlemen. We come to, appropriately enough, and this is going to be a good transition into the next several pieces. The July box is a strawberry festival, and she's been promoting the strawberry festivals quite a bit on her website. So we start out with 2 spoons and another set of plates that say "Hello Summer." I'm going to go ahead and say that the previous Jello mold was a cherry mold, because this is clearly supposed to be, or maybe not, that could have been strawberry, because this is orange with an orange top. But we also get a strawberry shortcake dish. Very nicely plated. Lots of details here. The strawberries don't come off, but as you can see, there's whipped cream. There's like a trail of strawberries. It's a very generous slice if you see it on my lap. And it's a deux, which means for two. So actually, strawberries are my favorite dish. So I went ahead and also ordered from her a third one. And a whole bunch of brownies that will fit very nicely on this display tray, which I will set up right now. So let me take these off. Now all of these pieces are going to come off, so I think I'm going to have to be very careful. And I am making the editorial decision. I'm just going to hold it up to the camera. Okay, so obviously my presentation skills stink, but this is the presentation of them on the tray. And of course this is a good sized and appropriately sized tray for the 1/6 scale. And then I put each of them on one of the paper plates so you could see how nicely they look on the paper plate as well. So we have one that's just covered in sugar, one that's got cream and strawberry. We have one that's got chocolate icing and it looks like sugar or coconut. I'm going to say sugar because homie don't like coconut. So we're going to pretend it's not coconut, though I'm pretty sure that's what it's meant to be. And we have one that's just chocolate with icing. Which is, of course, because I fly as well as Harrison Ford does. Oh, no, she didn't! Oh, yes, she did. Bombs away, y'all. And because she does appreciate her, and it was a decent-sized order, she also threw in this very nice, not edible in any scale, perfume bottle. But not, and I legit did not know that she did this, that she sent the perfume bottle. But people, let me put this on the table. Y'all, it matches the dress. I love it. It matches the dress. I also got, because I thought it went well with the Strawberry Festival. I was trying to get two of these, but literally somebody and I were both in the cart and we each only wound up with one. This is a champagne. Yes! Yes! She made it happen. I thought I only got one. She did it. She got it. She found the second one. I got two. Yes! Doubles, so couples. Pink champagne. It's very light, but that's pink champagne, people. To go with the strawberry shortcake. I am the queen. Yes! Alrighty then. My imaginary dinner with James Bond. Okay, so at the same time that the Strawberry Festival was going on, Dawn Anderson was making some lovely cakes and lovely summer things as well, as she always does. And I went ahead and I asked her to do something for me, and she did. And I want to also, just by the way, show you her never-ending gratitude. She also included, a thank you for supporting small business. And it also says that on the box. Let me move. Probably would help if I move the camera back. Can you see this now? Thank you for shopping small. So, and as always, Dawn also packs incredibly safely. Dawn is OG in the fashion royalty community because she started out doing hair and repaints, and then she got into doing the miniatures. And Dawn, as I said, is OG. She's been around since Integrity Toys has been around. And this is, I think it's supposed to be a pavlova cake. Very nice, old school. She hunts these down everywhere. Imperial in 1970. This was, I think, running in the Sears catalog. If you are of a certain age, you remember that Sears used to do the wish books, and they would have 1/6 scale items. They couldn't call it Barbie because they weren't Mattel, but you knew who it was for. And they would do these great dining sets that Mattel couldn't do because they didn't have the buying power that Sears had. So it doesn't cut. This is one of the cakes where she's done cakes where they will cut, but this doesn't cut. But look at the detailing with all those strawberries. And at the top, strawberries and blueberries. And then, of course, the bottom is garnished with... None of these come off. This is really just to put on a display, but... What a display. Oh, but I almost forgot. And just to go back to the Sears for a second... Again, this came, I think, with the July box, and I think she gave us all a bonus because she being Chef Gina, there was a problem with her banking people who handle doing the box. So she had to reset that all. What is this? Beauty Secrets Barbie in a box? I don't think I've ever had this one. But again, Sears catalog all the way. And a small can of... I don't know. Cook's brand of something. I almost want to say it's pumpkin. Like canned pumpkin. Okay. So obviously this is several months of boxes at a time while my life was going bananas. But, yeah. What a haul, what a nice haul we have here. What a lovely way to celebrate midsummer, I guess, because it's now July 17th. So for me, Barbara, and for Chef Gina, and for Dawn Anderson, I will see you in my next review. Definitely a Miniature Monday. Not sure what miniatures it will be, but it will be something fun. And we will see you then. Everybody take care. Bye-bye.